Hi, so how's everyone doing? So today is 22nd of January on Friday. So just going to talk about yesterday's work. So as I mentioned yesterday, I started working around like 3 o'clock, and then I think I finished around 10 o'clock and made about 1:45, I think, including some of the tips that came in little late. Yesterday I was on all three platforms. So I used Uber Eats, DoorDash, and Postmates yesterday. Um, so uh, with Postmates, I've actually that's the one that I started with, and for those who's done Postmates, probably know Postmates. One annoying thing about Postmates is that you don't really know how much you're going to get. Their base pay is better than DoorDash or Uber, and their tips are on average much better than DoorDash or Uber. At least that's how it is in this area in Las Vegas. So, but the downside of Postmates is the request doesn't come in that often. They call it offer. The deliveries, but it doesn't come in as often as Uber and DoorDash. So it makes it really difficult to kind of balance it. But one of the reasons that I like to do Postmates, especially around like dinner time, um, if the if I mean, I guess you kind of have to know what type of restaurant they are and what their the destination homes are like. I think this is not always the case, but of course, it's I think it has a higher probability kind of thing. So oftentimes during the dinner time, if the delivery workers keep coming in, I like to do only Postmates because oftentimes all the Postmates rides, they'll pay really good. On average, I was working out the average. I should show this to you guys on the screen together, but I haven't actually put them together yet. So this is something that I can make a separate video on it. But I think on average, per delivery, I was making at least about $9, $10, almost $10 per ride, and oftentimes they're really short ones too. So if they come in on just before Christmas, on the first day that I did, it was Sunday. I got the Postmates cards and everything, and then literally went out for like 2 hours and made $60. That was $60 on that day, but I think the ones that came in, the tips come in late for Postmates, so that's why it's kind of annoying. But after eventually everything came in, I think it came out to around like $75, which is a really good day, and it's definitely workable if you have the right intention and I guess positive sort of outlook to it. But not being able to know whether you're going to receive good tip or not is can be kind of frustrating. I mean, I received for a literally it was a sushi restaurant, and then literally it was only 6 minute drive, 2 miles down. Um, it was gated community, so it takes me a little bit longer to get in. But I think overall, I think everything was done in about 20 minutes, and base pay was I think $4.55 ish, 480 something like that. They work out in time and distance. They're not significant, but because if it takes a little bit longer, then at least you get, I mean, it's really nothing, but you get paid for it at least. I think it's like 7 cents a minute or something, so it's like really small. But it's at least it's better than nothing. And then it came in the day after, and then the guy tipped me $48. So in that one ride, I made over $50. But then again, another gated community. I know that area is like all the like super wealthy, even some of the pro athletes live there. And then this guy ordered food, and I think the the total bill for the food was, I think, over $200. So it was a big order. I had a lot of food. The guy only tipped me like $10, which is still, $10 is still better than nothing, and it's for the distance. It's good, but you kind of expect more when you get something like $45 from some community, like wealthy community like that. So there's that possibility. So the Postmates is good, but in order for me to not have because the orders doesn't come in so often, especially during the days, they're really slow. Like maybe 2 requests may come in an hour, so you don't have any selection. I mean, you just do it. I kind of compensate that with DoorDash and Uber Eats because they come in more often. Their pay is much less, but it can kind of make up for it just because you have so many orders. So that's why I like doing all three. I mean, I think that's how it's going to be from now on. I mean, I was only doing DoorDash and Uber Eats for beginning of this week because I just really wanted to try how Uber Eats were compared to other ones. But today is Friday. There's supposed to be a thunderstorm here today in Las Vegas, which can happen sometime because it's so dry and it can get really windy. And there's Vegas Golden Knights ice hockey team is playing tonight as well, being Friday night as well. So I'm expecting it's going to be a really busy night. It's going to be surging everywhere for Uber Eats. I think DoorDash has put out the $2.50 per ride, per request, per delivery a bonus. Postmates don't have anything like that. So, but when it comes in, I prefer to do those. I'm having my fingers crossed for that. But yesterday, only 2 orders came in through Postmates for the last 2 hours ish, and then I did both, and then both were completed within half an hour, and I think I made like $12 on 2. Like $12 each on them. So, still not bad. But yeah, it's I guess everyone has different, I think every platforms have strength in different area. So depending on your region and depending on how things are structured, some Uber Eats may be much better than other areas, and DoorDash may be much better than other ones because I think all the companies are they have joined forces with other restaurants in different restaurants in different areas. So like, for example, like I know KFC was advertising with Grubhub. I think McDonald's is on both on DoorDash and on Uber Eats. So they, and I think for this Vegas area, if people want to get Raising Cane's chicken fingers, they may not be available in your area. I think they're from Vegas, and I think they just started to expand to like sort of LA area. But they're really popular here in Vegas, and they have some good chicken fingers. But I think the only way to get them delivered is through Postmates. So for that, so like depending on which restaurant has who, Uber Eats might be more. Uber Eats might be busier in your area versus DoorDash might be busier in someone else's area. So I think you just have to do your kind of market research in terms of what's best, and they could be changing all the time because people move. Like, like for us, I think if we don't get enough rides on DoorDash, you probably have that on, but probably you'll be leaning more towards like Uber Eats or Postmates or Grubhub, other ones as well. So people kind of move around. So I think that's why it changes all the time. So just kind of have to understand how things are moving, how things are changing, how things are um, um, improving. Um, yeah, I mean, so I think it's yeah, I think just based on the market research, I guess. But yeah, today that's what I'm hoping to do. So all three platforms, and then hoping it's going to be busy. So a lot of Postmates. But yesterday, Postmates didn't help out that much. Uber Eats came in a lot, but all of them were like less than $4, so didn't do much. DoorDash came in quite a few. I think DoorDash is always, on average, I think they have good pay. I think they were all coming in around like $8, $9. So I think I was doing a lot of DoorDash yesterday. But for some reason, my activation kit still hasn't arrived after 3 weeks. And I think they're not letting me go online without the activation kit. So I think I may have to call the support for DoorDash right now before I go online. But yeah, right now it's 12 o'clock, I think. Yeah, 12:10. So 12:10. So hopefully I'll be out until about 10 o'clock. About 9 hours, 10 hours shift today. Um, my aim is to make at least about $220. So hopefully that will work. But yeah, yes. So tell me what your strategy is for your Friday, and tell me how they went, because obviously this video is gonna go on tomorrow on Saturday. So you probably have already done your Friday shift. So yeah, love to hear. Love to see how other people are doing. But yeah, and then I'm gonna create more videos that are on landscape format instead of the vertical format. With the landscape format, we'll actually talk about a lot of the actual comparison between DoorDash, Uber Eats, comparison between Postmates and Uber Eats, Postmates and DoorDash, and so on, and my strategy versus someone else's strategy, and how I feel about those strategies and whatnot. So yeah, stay tuned for a lot more interesting topics, and I'm trying to put together some of the items that I use during these deliveries, even the sanitizing parts of things. So how to disinfect your car after rides and after day, I guess, and so on. So that might become helpful for those people who are a little bit more conscious about what's happening around us right now. So yeah, a lot more. I'm excited to carry on with this channel, with even at this point with 0 subscribers yet. So yeah, so still, but it's fun. It's a good sort of note to myself as well. So for me to kind of have a look back on later, see how I've changed and how I've improved and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it'll be fun. But be safe as always, and don't get into any kind of crazy scenes on Friday nights, I guess. Get away from any kind of potential dangerousness, I guess. Oh yeah, can you guys deliver alcohol in your area? Because in Vegas, no alcohol. I don't know if that law overall or like altogether changed, but I don't know, because like we could get deliveries in San Francisco a long time ago. So we'll see how that is. Okay, all right, be safe, bye.